Ian John Lewis is not a small man. He looks a small man alongside these two giants of the ring. Michael Wallisch. How hard is he going to be able to press Joe Joyce, who is just raring to go? 35 years old in September, and he knows that he needs to move on quickly, Richie.
Yes, that's in his mind. Obviously, you can't take your eye off the ball, can you, in this game? It's going to be a big fight against Daniel Dubois, but he's got to get rid of this guy first. And as you said, John, Wallisch, 18 stone odd, 18-9, in fact. If he lands one of those shots like that one there, right hand over the top, and you never know in this game.
Well, he can bang a bit. As I said, there's another right hand from Wallisch, who's just had a bit of encouragement in the early seconds of this fight. But there's a relentlessness about Joyce.
Well, there is, John, but I mean, I've helped coach Joe Joyce for his Olympic cycle, and he's always a little bit vulnerable in the first couple of rounds, John. He can walk onto the odd shot here and there. He's got to just maintain that gap and keep that jab going in. When he breaks his opponents down with that punch like that, then he gets the job done. But occasionally, he's over-eager. He closes the gap down a little bit too much, and he is vulnerable in the early rounds to a right hand over the top. So he's just got to play it safe and keep jabbing away and break the opponent down.
There's another right over the top from Wallisch, who was stopped by Tony Yoka, the French Olympic champion, in September in Nantes. Referee stopped the contest in the third round. Yoka, who beat Joyce a little bit controversially in some people's eyes in that Olympic final in Rio. Fight you were there for, of course.
I commentated on it, yeah. Very, very unlucky indeed not to be Olympic champion.
A couple more right hands from Wallisch, finding the target.
Good right hands there.
Another.
Wallisch. One thing Joe Joyce does very well, he switches the attack from the head to the body, works well with the jab, and then switches downstairs with two hooks. Those are his favourite punches once he's closed that gap down. But again, he's took too many right hands here for me, but that's a good shot. That's better. Look, and there's the switch of attack straight away.
Well, I'm sure Daniel Dubois, sitting watching at home, will be thinking, if I hit him with a right hand like that, he's going to know about it. But Joyce takes it. He's still there. All his opponents, interestingly, as a professional, have had winning records, Joe Joyce, so he's not been a protected fighter.
See, again, big shots going in here, John. And what's that straight jab to the body from Joyce also? Doesn't look a lot on it, but there is. He's a big, big man. And he just comes forward again. There's the switch of attack again. Tries to get the shot underneath the elbow of Wallisch. Now he's getting into his groove, Joe Joyce.
Fascinating opening round. Still 9 more to come.
No one does a comeback like Cotto. We were there in '96 for that moment of redemption. We were there for the miracle of Istanbul. We were there when stoppage time delivered the first title in 44 years. But if a comeback doesn't go your way, we've got you covered. If your team leads at half-time but doesn't win, you'll get a free bet up to £50. Half-time winner from Cotto.
Fighting behind closed doors, and Michael Wallisch, the big German, managed to club Joe Joyce with some very solid right hands in that opening round.
Yeah, a couple of good right hands over the top from Wallisch. Gets caught there with a nice left hook from Joyce, and Joyce ended the round well, John.
Joyce do enough?
Yeah, I think so. I think towards the end of the round, I think he started to hit the target a lot more. Got caught with too many right hands in that opening round.
Wallisch trying to start fast again here in the second. But is he going to leave himself open by doing so? Because here comes Joyce.
Joyce really going for it now, and this is just watch what he's doing here. He's working well. That's a good body shot. That's a hurtful punch. That right hand to the body. Wallisch already getting tired, literally because he's getting caught with big punches. But there's that jab. That jab is a great shot from Joyce. That's the one he's got to keep practicing. And just keep measuring the distance with that shot, with the jab, and break the opponent down. Wallisch, yeah, he's dangerous.
And Joyce doesn't want to be standing in front of him with his gloves low. Wallisch already having had some success with that swinging overhand right hand. There it was again.
See, the thing about Joe Joyce, John, he's just relentless. He just keeps coming. He doesn't give you a minute, or sorry, a second to breathe properly. Normally heavyweights, they break and they just have a little walk and they breathe and they get their breath back. But with Joyce, he's on you all the time. He doesn't give you that time and he doesn't give you that space.
Well, his critics, I know, I'm not live on Mars. I am aware that people say his footwork's not good and he's not particularly quick of hand, but he just does keep coming. Wallisch had a bit of success there, and just to underline the point, here comes Joyce again as we move into the 3rd minute of this 2nd round. Bookies reckoned that this was going to be over in the first 4. Some people are suggesting it could be over as quickly as the first 2, but Wallisch is still in there and still trying to throw big shots of his own.
You can't afford to take punches like that, John. A couple of good shots there. And again, Wallisch on the receiving end.
Big body shot, Richie. Big right hand into the body. Thudded home.
Yeah, I think it was a right hand as well, just to the top of the head, John. Around the temple, actually.
Eye is bruised up. Ian John Lewis having a look at him, but as he sank to his knees, it now looks as though the writing is on the wall for the German as we move into the last 10 seconds of this 2nd round. Is he going to see it through to the bell?
There's that switch of attack again. That was an all or nothing shot, wasn't it, from Wallisch? Strong round for Joe Joyce.
Well, it's going to be a 10-8 round, that one, for Joe Joyce. Well, let's have a look again at some of the action from that round and the knockdown when it came. So it was a terrific right hand into the body.
Well, that shot there. Let's have a look now. There's one there and there's one on the top of the head also. Let's have a look here. It's a body shot there. That was a good punch. Wallisch goes back onto the ropes.
That was a signal.
Yeah, it was. Then Joyce follows up. There's a shot there and there's a right hand there, look, on the top of the head, and that sends him to the canvas.
Yeah, glancing blow, wasn't it? I mean, it was the power shots to the body, really, don't you think?
Well, I think they just certainly slowed him up, got him back into that corner.
Well, there's only one winner by the look of it now. And it might be fairly soon as we move into the 3rd.
Wallisch just might just go for it and just try and land a big shot as he is here, look, but then gets caught again. Joe Joyce responds. Good work from Joyce.
And he's trying to put together a sustained attack now, and Ian John Lewis is having a good look, telling Joe Joyce to keep the punches up, and down he goes with that left hook. 2nd time touching the canvas. He says, I'm okay, but how much has he got left? He says, I'm sure. You heard it as the referee inquired.
This is where you've got to keep your discipline, work with the jab, and then just pick your shots now. This opponent's ready to go. He may just swing.
Oh, good shot. That'll be the end of it. And it is. Yeah. It's been stopped. Terrific headshot. And the referee saying is enough, and I think that's a correct stoppage from Ian John Lewis. That was a really hurtful right hand.
Right hand, and then he finished it off then with the left hook to the body, so a good combination. Yeah, listen, he shook off the cobwebs there as the Joe Joyce got caught with a couple of shots, but let's face it, he was pretty impressive there. Probably a little bit heavier than what he should be, but nevertheless, give credit where it's due. He's put in a good performance after a long layoff, and he's destroyed his opponent there.
Well, it's about getting the rust off, isn't it? He said to us that he was just raring to go.
He needed it.
He'd had the fight against Dubois planned, put back, you know, and he needed to get some competitive action.
He needed a workout, didn't he? And he's just finished the job off. And look him switch the attack there with that right uppercut again to the body, and another one. Switches to southpaw here and just keeps on sustaining the pressure. Referee tells him to keep the punches up, but he just carries it on. And there's that left hook that finishes the job off. Good performance from the Juggernaut.
And here we look again, and the referee was looking to find the end. That's the first knockdown.
It's that single left hook, wasn't it? Again,
here's the second knockdown, and look for the right to the jaw.
There's a right hand, then the left hook. Finish on the left hook there. Look, that's the one, John. That was an absolute sickening shot, that left hook to the body. The right hand was a cracking punch. But watch this. Right hand goes in. Watch this left hook now, underneath. Bang! Oh, that's a hurtful punch.
Well, everybody will have their opinions. Everybody will be making up their minds. How good has he looked? How much has he shown? How impressive was he? Is he now in a stronger position for Daniel Dubois? Plenty of talking points, but first, here's Craig Stephen.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, it takes great courage to step into a boxing ring, let alone when you are big guys like this. Before we declare the result, please, your appreciation for both our boxers. Brett Bowles records an official time 57 seconds into round number 3. Referee Ian John Lewis stops the contest. His opinion, Michael Wallisch in opposition to continue. Therefore, the winner, who is still undefeated, the Juggernaut, Joe Joyce.
Joe Joyce has completed his side of the deal, his side of the bargain, and there's the trademark celebration. It's 11 wins out of 11, third round stoppage. Next stop, is it going to be Daniel Dubois? But Dubois as well, at the end of August, has also got to emerge victorious.